Hello, welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television with the major developments of the day. I am your host, İlham Məmmədov. On January 30th, President İlham received Maria Papakonstantinou, the newly appointed ambassador of the Hellenic Republic to Azerbaijan.
The ambassador presented her credentials to the head of state. President İlham held a conversation with the ambassador. The head of state fondly recalled his meetings with Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis during COP29 in Azerbaijan and the United Nations headquarters in New York last September and on the sidelines of other international events. He noted that fruitful discussions on various aspects of bilateral relations were held during those meetings and underscored the importance of maintaining active political dialogue for the further development of Azerbaijan-Greece relations, emphasizing that Azerbaijan and Greece cooperate in a number of areas, including energy security, which today is a crucial factor of global security. President İlham expressed hope that contacts between business communities would expand, mutual investments would be implemented, and that the ambassadors of both countries would play an important role in advancing bilateral partnership. The head of state wished the ambassador success in her diplomatic activities. Maria Papakonstantinou expressed her honor at being appointed ambassador to Azerbaijan and stated that she would spare no effort to further develop bilateral relations in green energy, agriculture and other fields. She also highlighted the importance of establishing direct air links between the two countries. During the meeting, the sides noted the significant potential for expanding cooperation in politics, economy, energy, investment, transport, culture, art, education, tourism and other areas, and exchange views on issues of mutual interest.
President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, İlham received Fevralın Helmi, the incoming ambassador of the Republic of Indonesia, to Azerbaijan.
The ambassador presented his credentials to the head of state. President İlham conversed with the ambassador. The head of state recalled his contacts with the president of Indonesia in Davos and Sharm el-Sheikh and informed him that he had invited him to make an official visit to Azerbaijan. President İlham stated that it's a great honor for Azerbaijan to be the first country admitted to the D8 Organization for Economic Cooperation since its founding, and he expressed his gratitude to all member states, including Indonesia, for their support in this matter. The head of state characterized this milestone as an embodiment of the respect and brotherhood shown towards Azerbaijan. Hailing the development of relations between the two countries, President İlham emphasized the importance of further strengthening political, economic, mutual investment and business cooperation. The Azerbaijani president wished the ambassador success in his future activities. Expressing gratitude to the head of state for the reception, Fevralın Helmi said that during his tenure he would work diligently to strengthen friendship and mutually beneficial cooperation between our states and peoples. During the conversation, they had an exchange of views on the prospects of Azerbaijan-Indonesia bilateral relations.
On January 30th, President İlham received Andreas Gaarder, the newly appointed ambassador, extraordinary and plenipotentiary of the Kingdom of Norway, to Azerbaijan.
The ambassador presented his credentials to the head of state. President İlham then held a conversation with the ambassador. The head of state emphasized the importance of developing bilateral ties between Azerbaijan and Norway, noting that cooperation between the two countries began in the energy sector and that there are favorable opportunities for further expanding relations. President İlham wished the ambassador success in his diplomatic activities, expressing his satisfaction with his appointment and with the meeting with the head of state. Andreas Gaarder stated that he would spare no effort during his tenure to contribute to the development of relations between the two countries. The ambassador congratulated President Ilham Aliyev on the progress achieved in the peace agenda between Azerbaijan and Armenia. The head of state thanked him for the congratulations and noted that Azerbaijan would continue its efforts to strengthen peace. The ambassador also informed that Norway will be represented by a high-level delegation at the World Urban Forum to be held in Azerbaijan. During the meeting, it was emphasized that both Azerbaijan and Norway are energy supplies to the European Union, and energy security issues were discussed in these contexts. The sides exchanged views on the bilateral agenda, including cooperation in economy, trade, energy, including renewable energy, investments, the establishment of business contacts, transport connectivity in the region, and held effective partnership within the framework of COP30.
The head of state Ilham Aliyev received Sally Ann Vincent, the newly appointed Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the Commonwealth of Australia to Azerbaijan.
The ambassador presented her credentials to the head of state. President Ilham Aliyev then held a conversation with the ambassador. The head of state noted that despite the geographical distance between the two countries, there are strong opportunities for cooperation in economic, trade and investment spheres, and praised the development of political relations. President Ilham Aliyev wished the ambassador success in her diplomatic activities. Sally Ann Wilson expressed an honor at being appointed ambassador to Azerbaijan, fondly recalled her recent visit to the country and stated that she would spare no effort to expand bilateral ties. She expressed gratitude for the letter sent by the head of state a few days earlier to Samantha Mostyn, Governor-General of Australia, on the occasion of Australia's national holiday. The ambassador highlighted cooperation established between Azerbaijan and Australia within the framework of COP29, recalling that her country was represented by a large delegation at the event. She also touched upon Australia and Turkey's hosting of COP31, noting Azerbaijan's efforts in this regard and highly appreciated. Sally Ann Wilson emphasized that Azerbaijan will host the World Urban Forum, one of the United Nations' most prestigious events this year, and stated that Australia will be represented by a large delegation. During the meeting, the sides discussed cooperation in political, economic, green energy and other areas of mutual interest, noting that reciprocal visits at various levels play an important role in deepening relations. It was also noted that next year will mark the 35th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between Azerbaijan and Australia.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Azerbaijan, Ceyhun Bayramov, held a telephone conversation with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the United Arab Emirates, Abdullah bin Zayed Al Nahyan. During the phone call, the sides discussed the strategic partnership between Azerbaijan and the United Arab Emirates, issues of cooperation within international organizations, as well as the regional and international security situation. That was all for the day. Thank you for watching us, and stay tuned not to miss the next edition of our program.
Təyyarədə gecikmə var. Biraz yubanacağım.
Siz AzTV xəbərə baxırsınız. İndi AzTV-nin mobil tətbiqi ilə ən son xəbərləri istənilən yerdə, istənilən an izləyə bilərsiniz.
Azərbaycan Radiosu 105 FM.
Baxışınla bahar qaytar, qoşlar qayıtsın, qoy qatar qatar.
Hazırdır.
Demələrə baxmağa vaxtımız var.
Azərbaycan Televiziya start verildi. Aslında buradan 2 Williams'ı görürük. Davamı necə gələcək?
Səhv edirəm xanım, gecikmisiniz. Konsert artıq başlayıb.
Artıq AzTV-nin yeni mobil tətbiqi ilə bizi istədiyiniz yerdə canlı izləyə biləcəksiniz. AzTV, İdman TV, Mədəniyyət TV, Azərbaycan Radiosu və Beynəlxalq Radio. Hamısı bir tətbiqdə, bir toxunuş uzaqlığında. Bunun üçün mobil cihazlarınızda Android üçün Play Market, iOS üçün App Store-dan AzTV mobil tətbiqini yükləyin.